The rental market is hot in major cities across America. Rent or buy? That is the question.
Choosing to rent or buy a home is a big decision that impacts not only the way we live, but also our finances. In this video, we're tackling the age-old debate, rent versus buy, in the current real estate market.
What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn, and this is Learn, Hustle, Grow.
She's a stock trader.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free investors. If you've been following our story, then you know that at the end of 2018, we left our W-2 jobs, and in 2019, we traveled the world.
We focused on debt paydown and long-term investing in both real estate and the stock market to achieve financial independence. On this channel, we're sharing our version of life after corporate America.
We've had great success in real estate, and we love to talk about it. We are homeowners and real estate investors.
There's been a lot of talk about the cost of home ownership going up, but what about renters? When the cost of home ownership goes up, rental rates do too.
We've seen rents go through the roof here in DFW area. Rents won't come down until real estate prices do.
By the way, if you don't like and comment on this video, YouTube won't let others see it. Do it for the community. Give us a thumbs up.
We read and respond to every comment. Let us know you're watching.
All right. When we grew up, we both lived in apartments. And it never occurred to us that the people who lived in homes may not actually own them.
Tenants that rent from us live in our houses for years. Their neighbors probably have no idea that they're renting.
They treat the home like it's theirs, and we really appreciate that. In addition to comparing the benefits or pros and cons of renting versus buying, we're also going to compare two homes.
Both are 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes in the same city. Before we give our buy versus rent analysis, let's talk about the pros and cons.
We know that the decision to buy versus rent is not strictly financial. Here in the United States, we lean towards buying. That might be because home ownership has been promoted as part of the American dream.
Studies show that home equity is the largest financial asset in middle-income households.
The first pro for home ownership is access to equity. Guys, access to equity can be a huge benefit. It's just extremely valuable. We use the equity in a rental property to help pay off the mortgage from our primary home.
This is not a second mortgage. Research cash out refinance to access equity in your home.
Home equity has been a means of passing down wealth in the United States for generations. Remember, we're on the path to building generational wealth.
It can be used to fund an education or take a sabbatical from work. Some homeowners even take their home equity and update or improve on their house.
Maybe adding a pool or remodeling that kitchen. That brings us to the second pro. As a homeowner, you can do whatever you like to make that house feel like a home.
If you want to paint every wall in your house rainbow color, you can. You want to knock out a wall? Go for it.
We started off talking about the increase in rental prices. While the cost of home ownership might be up, actual mortgages are fixed for the term of the loan.
Right.
Having a fixed cost for your largest living expense is definitely a plus.
Yet another benefit of home ownership is the tax benefits.
In addition to our federal tax deductions, the state of Texas also offers a homestead exemption.
One of the most significant pros we've experienced over the years is appreciation.
While there have certainly been times when the real estate market has been down, historically, U.S. home prices trend upward.
The key is to purchase a home that you can afford. The value only matters of the home when you go to sell it.
Let's talk about the pros of renting. We previously mentioned the tax benefits for home ownership. Well, those who are renting don't have to worry about paying property taxes.
Another pro of renting is the flexibility of moving. If you got to move for work or for family, renting makes it easy to do so.
As a renter, you never have to worry about making repairs. You simply submit a maintenance request.
Let's not forget about the big difference in what it costs to get into a rental.
We're talking maybe first and last month's rent versus 3.5% down and closing costs when you buy.
Renters also get to avoid the cost of homeowners insurance and HOAs.
So we can assume that a pro for one is a con for the other. Let's take a look at the numbers for a rent versus buy scenario.
We chose two similar homes in Carrollton, Texas. These 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes are in the same zip code and are close in size.
We then searched Google for a rent versus buy calculator. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. We liked the visual provided by Smart Asset. Here are the numbers.
We entered the city and state monthly rent and cost of the home.
You'll see that we also entered a minimum down payment of 3.5%. We also chose to finance this for a married couple with a household income of $100,000.
In this scenario, if you are willing to own your home for at least 4 years, owning is clearly a better deal.
The monthly rent costs include renter's insurance and annual rent increases of 2% to keep up with standard inflation, averaged out over a 4-year period.
Here is a more detailed cost analysis of what's included in the home buying numbers.
These numbers reveal a lot about why more Americans are pursuing home ownership in the current economy.
In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, $2,300 is a lot to pay for rent. In this case, the renters get a whole house, but there are families paying this much or more to rent apartments in more expensive areas of DFW.
We've seen others poo-poo all over buying a home using a 20% down payment and suggesting that the money would be put to better use in an investment account.
If anything, this scenario confirms what we've repeatedly said about the fact that it doesn't have to be either or.
If you live in a high rent area, why not go with a minimum down payment to purchase a home and invest the remaining amount?
Online rent versus buy calculators are free tools. Enter your numbers and then share in the comments below.
Here's the exception. If you have cash on hand, but you find that you are not comfortable investing, you would not invest that money if you did not put it down on the mortgage, then go ahead and increase the down payment, which will reduce your monthly payment. That's only going to make these numbers look even better for making the decision to buy.
We understand not everyone's going to have the money for a down payment and closing costs.
Google down payment assistance programs in your state. If you are considering the purchase of a home, you want to make a move before interest rates increase.
What are we missing? Drop a comment below.
See you in the next video.